So, what if I told you that about a quarter of your potential customers, well, they aren't using Google to find you anymore? It's true. We are right in the middle of this massive, fundamental shift in how people discover products, and it is all being driven by AI. Today, we're going to break down the new playbook for growth in this totally new era, generative engine optimization. First up, let's talk about what's happening. We're calling it the Great Search Shift because the reality is the way your customers make decisions has already changed. That old familiar journey of typing something in, scrolling through a list of blue links, that's being replaced by something completely new, something conversational. And look, this isn't some far-off prediction. It is happening right now. A full 25% of organic traffic has already moved away from traditional search engines and straight over to AI chatbots. That is a huge migration of attention. And if your brand isn't there, well, to that audience, you're basically invisible. This quote really just nails the urgency of the situation. This is not another trend on the horizon. It is the reality of today. You know that old game of just chasing Google rankings? It's becoming obsolete, fast, and businesses that are still stuck in that old mindset, they are already falling behind. I mean, just think about it for a second. Your customers are having direct conversations with AI. They're not just looking for information anymore. They're asking for a single, synthesized answer. They want a direct recommendation on what to buy. So the big question is your brand showing up in those answers? Are you even part of that conversation? And that brings us right to the core business challenge here, your AI visibility problem. This whole shift creates this massive blind spot for companies. And believe me, what you can't see is almost certainly costing you customers and revenue. Let me ask you this directly. Do you actually know how your brand is being represented in these AI-generated answers? For most businesses, if we're being honest, the answer is no. It's like you're flying completely blind in what has suddenly become a critical new marketing channel. And, this blindness, it leads to this whole cascade of problems. You have literally zero visibility into your performance. You've got fragmented data because you're trying to track things across a dozen different AI engines. Because of that, there's just no way to measure the ROI. And maybe the scariest part, all that content you spent years optimizing for Google might be totally invisible to AI, while your competitors are quietly starting to eat your lunch. Okay, so we've laid out the problem. What's the solution? Well, this is where a completely new playbook comes in. It's called Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO for short. And it's all about shifting your strategy from winning rankings to earning recommendations. So what exactly is GEO? The easiest way to think about it is as the natural evolution of SEO for the age of AI. The goal isn't just to get a click on a link anymore. The goal now is to get your brand explicitly cited as a trusted, authoritative source right inside the answers that AI engines give to your customers. And when you put them side by side, the difference is it's stark. With old school SEO, the goal was to rank in a list of links. The focus was on keywords and backlinks for engines like Google and Bing. With GEO, the goal is to get cited in one synthesized answer. The focus shifts entirely to things like semantic depth and topical authority. Basically, creating content that's so comprehensive and expert level that the AI models see you as the definitive source. And of course, the engines themselves are now ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, and the rest. It's a whole new ballgame. Okay, so now that we get what GEO is, the next logical question is, how do you actually put it into practice? So let's walk through a pretty simple 5-point framework you can use for evaluating any potential GEO platform or solution out there. First, you absolutely need multi-engine coverage. The AI landscape is just too fragmented to focus on only one. Second, competitive benchmarking is a must-have. You have to know how you stack up against the other players in your space. Third, and this is critical, you need to be able to track ROI. You've got to connect those AI citations back to actual revenue. Fourth, the platform has to give you actionable tools to actually optimize your content. And finally, number 5, it has to integrate with the marketing tech you're already using. All right, so with that framework in mind, let's take a quick look at the market and see how some of the top platforms are approaching this new challenge. A real leader in this emerging space is a company called XLR8 AI. And its key differentiator is that it's not just another analytics tool. It's a truly end-to-end platform that combines all the software for measurement with the actual hands-on execution to turn all those insights into real action. The market really breaks down into a few key categories right now. You've got platforms like XLR8 AI, which are really built for enterprises who want a complete solution that delivers tangible results. Then you've got tools like Goody AI, which are more focused on giving you data and guidance for your content. And finally, you have platforms like Profound AI, which are really designed for teams that just want to passively monitor when their brand gets mentioned. Get this, a 700% revenue boost coming directly from AI search and achieved in just 6 weeks. This is a real result from one of XLR8 AI's clients. And it just goes to show the incredible, tangible impact that a focused geo strategy can have when it's done right. So I'll just leave you with this one critical question to think about for your own business. In this new era of AI-driven discovery, is your brand being cited as an authority, or is it just being ignored completely?